Hey there, I'm Erin with AEDC. We're here today at the Bridgeworks Enterprise Center celebrating Lehigh Valley Beer Week. We have two manufacturers here that are participating in this year's event. We recently stopped by to visit Kurt at Hijinks, and today we're going to go say hello to Greg and Mike at the Colony Meadery. So come on. Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So you've been busy.
A little.
You getting ready for Beer Week?
We are. Yeah, we've got a good slate of events coming up in both locations.
Good. So mead is obviously very different than beer, but you guys have been participants in Beer Week since the beginning, almost 10 years ago, since 2013?
Yeah, since pretty much right before we were even open for sales, we were doing a tasting event pretty much the first Beer Week. We've been involved really since the beginning. Mead has a long history of kind of playing in the beer market. I think that goes back to, Mike was a home brewer, and that's how he got into mead. That's how a lot of people kind of first get into mead, is through home brewing.
Okay.
So we tend to play in the beer market, and then that's kind of changed over time, and now you see mead and cider, and oftentimes our best accounts are breweries because it's providing a craft gluten-free option to the breweries. So it plays really well. It's like it's become definitely synergistic over time. So it's a good fit in Beer Week.
Absolutely. So speaking of synergy, you guys have developed some really good relationships and synergy within the building since you've been clients of the incubation program. Tell me a little bit about how that's been over the last almost decade here.
There's always going to be somebody in here that knows something you don't, whether it's about business in general or just a technical skill. We'll trade technical skills with people. You need something well did. I'm not really all that good at it, so there's people in here that are, so they'll give you a hand. Once every month we've got the CEO roundtable that we do, and that's just a great time for us all to just throw ideas off of each other, talk about current events. Stephanie, who moderates that, she always comes with a topic plan to then steer the conversation that way after the first 30 minutes or so. It's kind of interesting to see how everybody's business that's completely different is really the same. And we all have the exact same problems, even though we're all completely different businesses.
And that's to say nothing of the synergy in the alcohol space, where of course we've got Hijinks Brewing Company, and we've got County Seat Spirits, and now Bitter Winery, and High Point Kombucha. So there's also, we've got a nice cluster of related businesses as well that help each other out.
A lot of great benefits from being in the Bridgeworks program.
Yeah, the shared amenities, that goes a long way. It's things that, instead of buying or leasing a forklift and figuring where the heck are we going to store it, there's one here.
Yeah.
It's a big savings on the money, and also where do we store this forklift and other things like that. We don't have to maintain the restrooms ourselves. Office space, and if there's nothing in here, if Rick needs to have a meeting, there's somewhere to go in this building. That's not in here, that's usually noisy.
That's great. So Beer Week is coming up. You guys have a ton going on. You have events, you have specials. What do people have to try while they're here?
So we have a lot of stuff. We have two locations, so we have like double the number of events. We've got things like barrel tasting in Bethlehem. We're doing all sorts of fun themed events like a 90s night and a retro video game tournament and things like that. But here, particularly on the second weekend, we've got a cider flight, and then we also have something called the Current Situation, which we're very excited about. And actually, it's probably better to show you. So,
Perfect.
Mike, if you wouldn't mind bringing over an example here.
It's a good-looking flight.
Yes, it is. Tell us about this.
So we make a mead. We make it once a year. It's a little different every year, even though it has the same ingredients. We just change the ratios. We just call it black. It's made with black berries and black currants, which are a little dark berry. And this year we also made a red currant mead, hence the name The Current Situation. So we've got 4 different vintages of black, 2016, 18, 19, and 20. And this is the red currant mead called the Red Barons.
So you would recommend people come in and they try them all?
Yeah, it usually, Flights of Black it's one of our higher end meads, one of our most expensive meads. So it's pretty rare that you actually get to try this in this kind of way at this price point. So we're hoping, we think it'll be a really good experience for people that maybe haven't gotten to try this and see all the different years side by side.
Sounds like a great way to sample mead, especially if it's your first time here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us today at the Colony Meadery with Greg and Mike. Whether you're a first-time mead drinker or a regular, we hope to see you here for Lehigh Valley Beer Week. Cheers!
Cheers.